time I thought my neighbor was a kidnapper. So this happened last week, and I'm still cringing every time I think about it. For context, I live in a pretty quiet apartment complex where most people keep to themselves, but I do have this one neighbor, let's call him Dave, who's always seemed a bit off. And I don't know much about him, except that he works weird hours and always has random stuff piled in his car. One time I saw him carrying a life-size mannequin into his apartment. So yeah, Dave's already on my keep an eye on this guy list. Anyway, last Tuesday night, I was coming home late from work. So I'm getting out of my car. I hear this muffled crying. It's coming from Dave's apartment. My first thought is, oh my God, he's got someone tied up in there. Inch closer, and the crying gets louder, mixed with what sounds like desperate pleas. At this point, I'm freaking out, imagining all sorts of horror movie scenarios. Seeing a cop say immediately call 911. The operator's asking all these questions while I'm hiding behind a bush, like someone, a maybe detective. I'm whispering, there's definitely like someone in distress in there. I think he's holding someone against their will. The police show up pretty quickly, like 3 squad cars, deep sirens off, all stealthy. I'm hiding behind the bush, heart racing, waiting for them to bust the door down and save whoever's inside. Just knock on Dave's door, and he answers looking completely confused. They ask him to step outside, and they're all serious, like, so we received a report about suspicious activity and possible distress. Dave looks even more confused and says, I was just watching a movie. The cops asked to check inside, and this is when I realized I might have made a huge mistake. They go in, and I'm anxiously like for them to drag out the poor victim, but instead the officers come out laughing. One of them even looks over in my direction with this amused smirk. Turns out Dave was watching Home Alone, and the muffled cries we're from that scene where like Kevin plays the gangster movie, Scare Off the Burglars. The desperate pleas were literally a kid yelling, I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your no-good keister out of here. I just accused my neighbor of kidnapping because he was watching a Christmas classic at full volume. The worst part, Dave figured out it was me who called the cops. So now every time he sees me, he gives me this awkward wave like, hey, I'm not a criminal, just really into nostalgic movies. I've never wanted to move out of a place so badly in my life.